it's Becky Dixon from Becky D Holistics. Thank you so much for joining me for this Reiki session with the intention to give the vibes of positivity through time and space. And there will be no time limit to when this video is effective. So if you find this video in the future, you can watch this at any point and it will be effective for you. So the intention for this video is we're just sending high vibes, positivity, happiness frequency, and you know, all those good things, and we'll be sending that to you today. I'll be using some Reiki, and we'll be talking a bit about some other energy healing tools, and it's a bit of a chit-chatty video. So if you aren't familiar with my videos, I do a chit-chatty video, and then to follow it up a few days later, I do one that's not chatty, with just the energy coming from the hands and, you know, through me as a conduit to you. So that's kind of how I like to do things, and that way you can have one that you can listen to, and you know, it's a little bit more chatty, and hopefully you get some useful information from it. And then the one following is just the energy, and you can have that on anywhere while you are working or you know, doing things in your space, and there's no pressure to listen. So I kind of like to do both. So this one is the chatty one today. So to start this session, I just want to bring in Reiki energy to be with us through time and space. Okay. And it's like to dedicate the session with a candle, and this one is the scent of grapefruit. It's a soy candle. I do prefer to use soy or beeswax, so this one's a very lovely scent, and grapefruit's a very uplifting scent, so I wanted to use this one today. Okay, I'm just going to set that up at the top of the shelf. Okay, and I also wanted to use some essential oils, so I pulled some essential oils that I like to use for uplifting. So I love wintergreen. So wintergreen is one of my absolute favorite scents to have on anytime. So put that in, and then it mixes really well with citrus, so I'm going to put some lemon and some orange. And we'll just have that going in our space, in our aura, in our energy field, going while we do the rest of this session. So I'll just get that started, and I will also place that up here. To do just to clear the energy is to use my selenite wand, just to go through the energy field and just do a bit of clearing and releasing anything that we don't need. And let's just clear. Okay, I'm just going to circle this above your Zeal chakra. Let's just clear anything that's going on, any thoughts that we don't need, any feelings that we aren't needing during this time, and the way down to the feet and down through your back body as well. With the intention to clear. Okay. All right. I'm just going to do a little bit more clearing. Actually, I'm just going to spray my hands with my clearing spray, and then I will comb through your body. There we go. So deep breathing is really useful for just recentering. If you want to take a couple deep breaths. So I wanted to bring in my tuning forks. So the hertz of music can be quite useful if you are familiar with the different hertz. There's love frequency, positivity frequency, happiness, and that sort of thing. So I like to always have some music going on. So I will oftentimes put like YouTube on, like a happiness frequency music when I'm just in and around the home, when I'm writing something or doing some homework, that sort of thing. So it's 528 hertz if you're interested, but you can also just look it up. You can just put in that you're looking for whatever their happiness frequency or positive vibes, music, that sort of thing, and lots of different ones come up. So that's a really good idea. So I thought I would bring in the Crown tuning fork. So this is 172.6 hertz, and so yeah, so we'll do your crown chakra to begin with. One I have is for your third eye, and just to open our eyes to all the good things that are going on in our lives, and open our eyes, seeing truth and happiness. So that's 221.23 hertz. Alright, so another one I have is for the heart. The heart is kind of the center to our happiness, isn't it? So it's very fitting to use this one today. So this one is 136.10 hertz if you're interested in that. bring in the solar, because a lot of times if we are holding anything that isn't really helping or serving our bodies in the most positive way, we hold it in our solar plex, and that can really affect our digestion, right? So we'll just use this one as well. That I'd like to use today is the root chakra, and it's 194.18 hertz. And the root is just like, now that we have kind of worked our way down, and now we're going to just ground for the session. That way you can just ground in and relax. So I do like to bring in crystals. I find joy, happiness, and positivity from crystals. I love having them around my house. I love wearing crystals. And I'd like to use them in my sessions, and I use them in my actual in-person sessions as well. And so I hope you don't mind, but I do use them. And I like to talk about them. So some of the crystals, like there's so many, like most crystals are used and are beneficial for positivity, whether they absorb negativity in the room so that, you know, the positivity can flow through, or if they actually emit different positive vibes. So I had to really try to hone down the amount that I wanted to talk about, to be quite honest, because it's just kind of like one of their main things is positivity, which is cool. So first one, and one of the most beneficial, is the amethyst. It's really great for bringing back balance, and helps, of course, to calm, and helps with any sort of distress and that sort of thing. Really helps. So purple in general, I find, like lavender, anything that smells like lavender, even like wearing the color is really helpful. So I thought I'd share that one, and I'd like to have that during our session today. Another one that's really awesome for neutralizing any sort of negativity. It's really great for calming anxiety. It's actually very good for uplifting spirits because it absorbs any sorts of feelings of depression and things like that. So this one's called blue calcite. And, you know, I was drawn to this because of the pretty blue color and sparkliness of it and things like that. But in general, it's very good for the mental. And things that you find pretty to look at are really good for uplifting spirits and keeping positive, aren't they? So what I might find beneficial might be different for you, but overall I find most people are quite drawn to this one when they come into my space, so thought I would bring that in for the session. Citrine is just absolutely one of the best uplifting crystals, and so easily to get, and it's really great for attracting positivity, and just in general it's really good to use to attract things you want in your life. But yeah, citrine is such a happy stone. It's really great for your solar plexus. So solar plexus is where we hold our emotions and stresses and things like that. This one's just great for that. So holding something like this in your pocket, or wearing citrine as jewelry or something like that is really beneficial. Okay, so my newest stone is really fitting for today's session. So this really awesome piece of green calcite, and it has this really neat, I don't think you can tell, but this part right here, this line, is actually just a light purple color, so it's really original, something just I've never seen quite like this, so I got lucky finding this piece. It emits a renewed sense of purpose and vitality. Really great for also calming stresses, anything like that. So there's a lot of benefits to green calcite. It's really great for the heart chakra. Okay. So I also wanted to bring in clear quartz because it's also an absolute master healer. I'm wearing a really beautiful piece on this piece of necklace. So clear quartz is an amplifier, so I talked about this in my previous videos, and so if you put your intention that you want this crystal to that you're wearing or have in your pocket, whatnot, however you like to carry your crystals, just with the intention that this is for positivity and to kind of emit the happiness and, you know, let anything just roll off your back. So it's really important to give this crystal in particular an intention for the day, so that it doesn't amplify other energies around you. So you want to make sure that you just ask this crystal to emit positivity, calmness, happiness for your day. And it also amplifies the other crystals. So if you were to, say, carry some citrine with your clear quartz, and your intention is for it to amplify the positivity in that citrine, it will do that as well. So, love that. All right, and so, I mean, the list can go on. Black tourmaline, if you're familiar, is really good at absorbing negativity, therefore allowing the positivity to emit and to flow in your house as well. So, all right, so, sorry, I just kind of had like a little flow of things I wanted to do. I just wanted to make sure that I got through them all before just going ahead with the energy. All right, so on behalf of yours and mine and everyone else's highest and greatest good, I just want to have this Reiki energy to flow, to some positivity, and release anything that isn't serving us. All right, so we're just going to start to just put the energy down your head. Okay, and we'll bring it down through the front and just through your aura, okay? So, and then we'll go through the back after. All right. So some of the things that I really love to do when I'm getting stuck, and maybe I've got racing thoughts and that sort of thing, I'm getting caught up in things that aren't serving me as well. I like to just throw on some dance music and dance around. It works every time. It helps get the blood flowing, and I don't know. Do you do that? I love to do that. I love to, I mean, sometimes it just takes a while to finally say, put on the music and just let it out, dance it out, let that energy out, like, right? Release it, and laugh, right? Laugh at yourself. It's not that serious. Laugh at yourself. It's okay. Things that we, allow in our auric field really affect us. And so what we listen to, what we think, all really matter, right? So positivity really starts from what we're allowing in our bodies, attracting, what we put in our bodies vibrationally, spiritually, but also like everything what we're putting in nutritionally, all affect our cells at a cellular level, which affect our health and our mindset. So it's very important to elevate and keep things in a high vibe state, right? So some of the specific things, besides like what we can do with our auric fields and that sort of thing, is what we're putting into our bodies. So I'm a nutritionist, so I like to always touch on the food component and nutrition component of energy healing as well. So when we talk about eating high vibe foods, right? So can we eat positivity? Can we, consume things that allow for positivity? And that's absolutely yes, we can. So, and you need to really listen to your inner self about what you are consuming. Okay? Is it something that is making you feel good in that moment, and then, half an hour later you're feeling crummy? Are you lashing out? So it's a lot of times, if we're consuming things that maybe don't suit us, it does affect, there's that gut-mind connection. So eating things high vibe, colorful, you want to eat high vibe foods, right? So things that have been living, lots of colorful, eat the rainbow style foods, right? So lots of colorful vegetables, fruits, organic is if you can, and frozen is fine. So actually frozen fruits and vegetables can be really great at holding their nutrition value, so they don't travel as long on trucks and aren't sprayed. So I'm all about keeping frozen fruits and vegetables in the freezer to grab and throw into different recipes, right? So frozen mangoes are one of our family's favorite snacks. So high omega-3s are really great for lifting spirits, keeping the mind healthy. So that's a lot of times we're looking at fish for that. So if you're vegan, then that wouldn't suit you, of course. But, so fish and eggs are really great for healthy omega-6s and 3s, and eggs, also nuts and seeds. So in particular, I'm a huge fan of pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds for mood. And so I'm not going to go too much into that, but if you are female and you do have times where you, times of the month where you're moody, you might want to look into something called the seed diet. It can be really helpful. Another great thing that I love to mention and talk about is the green tea. So the effects of green tea, not only is it an awesome antioxidant for the body, it does have natural caffeine. It's not as stimulating as coffee, which it has a slower release of caffeine, but it does carry also a small amount of tryptophan, which is really helpful for relaxing. So it's kind of like it has a little bit of caffeine and then it has the relaxant, so it just kind of works out just perfectly. It's not enough tryptophan to put you like out to sleep, okay? So it's not going to do that kind of an effect, but it's great for like if you're having sleeping issues. Actually, if you want to swap out your coffee for green tea, it's a super awesome alkalizer as well. So just a few things that I wanted to mention there. Okay. Actually, I'm wearing turquoise, and turquoise is also really great for positivity. Okay, just gonna hold here. I'd be really curious to know what some of your favorite things are to eat or to do that makes you feel good. Cacao is really great. So here, cacao. So the general rule is also chocolate's okay, like dark chocolate 70% or over, okay, because it's so high in antioxidants. Right. Citrus fruits. One of my favorite, absolute favorites, is fresh strawberries. And anyone who does, freeze their things in the garden for later in the year, absolutely, I'm jealous of you actually. We don't have enough space for a big garden here. We have a small little garden, but I grew up with big garden and we would freeze everything, and I really took that for granted as a child, and now it's I know I really wish that I had room for a large garden, but I am very grateful that it's easy enough to get organic produce. Right. So what do you like to do for fun, right? So I love to paint, and I love yoga, and I love to do home exercises and dancing and things like that. I love nature walks. I've got 2 kitties that love attention and they make me so happy. Love my crystals and that sort of thing. So focusing on what you really like to do, doing the things that you love to spend time doing, right? Sometimes we think about it for so long and you think, oh, I haven't had time to do it. So another thing that I've been doing, and for about 4 months now, is journaling every night, doing a gratitude journal entry, just absolutely saying what you're thankful for can really help with your positivity, with yourself and towards others, right? So it's like what you think about is what will be, okay? So I send you my positive thoughts, positive feelings. I hope the very best for you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I truly appreciate it. I hope that you're doing well and that you have a lovely day, night, week, month, wherever you are. Sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.